Man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. All right, look here, man. Let's talk about this dude, Amir Khan, for 1 second. I'm sitting back and I'm looking at some boxing videos on here on YouTube, and I come across one about Amir Khan. And you know how you get that 10, 15-second non-skippable commercial that comes on. And the commercial that came on was a video game for Amir Khan. It's called Carnage or something like that. It's available in the Play Store. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. Up here on YouTube, I've given Amir Khan his fair share of shit. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie. I mean, I've gave him praise, but I've gave him a lot of shit. I started out riding with Khan in the beginning when he was chasing after Mayweather. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And I still am, still have that in me. I still haven't gotten to the bottom of that, if you will. We'll touch on that. But I was like, hell yeah, man. The dude is going after Mayweather. He's the number one contender. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But then over time, I think it was 2 years or so, and he still was still chasing that same dream. I started to say, okay, Con, now we're just getting to the point of being just dumb. When you have this huge UK fight sitting over there with Kell Brook that you can easily take and please your fans. So I didn't understand that at the time, ladies and gentlemen. So I have given Khan his fair share of shit and his fair share of praise. Then he started taking on these lower tier guys, man. I was just like, oh, come on, man. And then I guess sometimes things always come full circle, man, because here we are, May 3rd, 2016, and I finally get it. That little commercial showed me a lot about Amir Khan, and we're going to dig into that. You guys out there, including myself, have called Amir Khan every name in the book. I've heard Glassjaw. I've heard he's a runner. I heard Amerecon, Amir Khan. I've seen that everywhere. I've seen even some of you guys, and I don't know how, but y'all called him a cherry picker, a ducker, everything. But the one thing that Amir Khan was never called, and I don't get it, Amir Khan is an awesome businessman. He is an awesome businessman. Let's take a look at some things here, man. You got this video game out. It ain't fight night, you know what I mean? It ain't like what we looking for, but it's a video game. How many boxes in the game now has a video game? I remember Mike Tyson Punch Out. I remember James Buster Douglas boxing. I remember Evander Holyfield having a boxing game. Amir Khan has his own boxing game, and it's available on like smartphones and shit. And he's putting this out there at the same time where he's possibly having the biggest, most popular fight of his career by fighting Canelo Alvarez. That's brilliant. Let's look at some things here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at some things for a second. You go back to, September 6, 2008, ladies and gentlemen. Amir Khan versus Breedis Prescott. Amir Khan at this particular time, his highest achievement in boxing was becoming a silver medalist in the Olympics. Now, at this point, Amir Khan is 18-0. He gets in there with Breedis Prescott, who was 19-0, and he gets knocked out in the first 30 seconds of the fight. Knocked clean out. So, in a lot of other cases, and a lot of most fighters, especially today, they would have did what? Tune-up fights, took a tune-up fight, went back to try to build their name up, went back to the drawing board even. Taking mine, ladies and gentlemen, Amir Khan wasn't this big international star at this time. He was just budding. And 2 fights later, Amir Khan is in a world championship fight against Kotnik. 2 fights later, ladies and gentlemen. Take in mind, one of the 2 fights that occurred between those 2 fights was Marco Antonio Barrera. So it was a more household name, if you will, and it kept Amir Khan's name alive. And it got him to a world championship fight with Kotnik, right? Correct. Now, the Kotnik fight took place in July of 2009. He then wins this title from Kotnik goes on what? I think it's like 4 title defenses. And in these title defenses, he defeats the like of Marcos Maidana and Paulie Malignaggi. And in his 5th fight, he's now in a unification match with Zabzuda for his WBA title and Zabzuda's IBF title. This is all taking place at the super welterweight, at the light welterweight division or whatever, the super lightweight division, the 140-pound division. So that's what this is all taking place at. He goes and he unifies his title now. He takes Zabzuda's IBF title, 5th title. So now he's now a 2-time world champion. And then, of course, the string of bad luck that we know is infamous with Amir Khan starts to happen. He gets into the fight with Lamont Peterson. I'm not getting into strategy in this fight. He loses the fight with Lamont Peterson, ladies and gentlemen. And he loses his WBA title, as well as his IBF title. Lamont Peterson then gets stripped of that WBA title due to him popping up dirty during the drug testing for the next fight that was going to be a rematch between Khan and Peterson. But he popped up dirty, and the WBA stripped his title, and Amir Khan backed out of that fight. The WBA then allows Amir Khan to fight for that title against Danny Garcia. So now, the thing that makes this crazy is that Khan loses the title to Peterson, and in his very next fight against Danny Garcia, he's fighting for that same title. That's great business. God damn, that's great business. But the catch is, Khan is also putting his other title on. I mean, Khan is he's fighting for that WBA, but it's a unification match because at the time, Danny Garcia was also champion. So even though Amir Khan had lost in the previous fight to Lamont Peterson, he lost 2 belts. In the very next fight, he was fighting for 2 more belts. Danny Garcia's WBC title, and of course, his old WBA title that was stripped from Lamont Peterson. Now, we all know what happened in that fight. Khan got his ass stretched in that fight. But at this particular point, though Khan had lost and he's been knocked out a couple times at this point, he still manages to switch trainers and pull in a very decent trainer, possibly top 2-3 trainers in the game today, in Virgil Hunter. He decides that his offense was just fine. Freddie Roach, him and Freddie Roach at this time were working together. They were, Freddie Roach is who Freddie Roach is. And though Amir Khan was satisfied with his offense, he was not satisfied with his defense, especially in the Danny Garcia fight. We've known Khan to be that mummy for a long time at that point. Fighting straight up right, not moving his waistline, trying to block all the punches with his arms instead of weaving and dodging. And that is something that Amir Khan just didn't have in his game at the time. And he felt as though Virgil Hunter can do it. So he pivots from one world-class trainer to another world-class trainer after taking 2 losses. In those previous 2 losses, he fought for 4 belts. The man has a good business sense, ladies and gentlemen. And then he went on a string of fights against, of course, lesser opposition, but still gatekeepers and household names all the same. Your Julio Diaz's, your Luis Calazos, your Devin Alexanders, your Chris Algieri's. He went on a string of fights that, though these guys were not top contenders, they were enough to keep him at least making over $1 million a fight, for one. And for 2, they were enough to keep his name in the conversation as well as boost his name amongst the rankings at welterweight. Because at this particular point, Khan had left the 140 division and went on up to 147. Now Khan's at 147. He decides to sign with Al Haymon. The thing is, though, his relationship with Al Haymon is not like all fighters. Al Haymon don't have total control over Amir Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Hence, this is the reason you've seen Amir Khan really trying to get that Mayweather fight, right? You've seen Amir Khan trying to make fights with Top Rank with Manny Pacquiao, correct? You've seen Amir Khan doing basically whatever Amir Khan wants to do. Because at the end of the day, all of those years of fighting, Amir Khan has amassed a loyal fan base. His links to the Muslim world, his connections to the Pakistani world, his connections to the UK world, has managed to make Amir Khan an international star, if you will. So he's popular, he's making good business moves, and now he's fought enough lower tier guys that were at one point decent names that he worked his way to become the WBC #1 contender. And this is when he really started trying to get the big fight with Floyd Mayweather. Given that he was in the right to do so, because he was the #1 contender for almost 2 years. And Mayweather didn't want to give him a shot. So of course, in the reasons that were given by Floyd Mayweather to this day, ladies and gentlemen, might I add, just don't add up. I'm sorry. All you Floyd Mayweather fans out there, I'm sorry. The man did not give a legitimate reason why he did not face Amir Khan. Amir Khan was his #1 contender for almost 2 years. And the only reason that Floyd said he didn't fight him, because just like Floyd doing today, he's giving instructions to Khan whom he should have fought. Oh, go fight this guy, then maybe we can talk. Oh, go fight that guy, maybe we can talk. Go fight Kell Brock, maybe we can talk. But Amir Khan Floyd Mayweather didn't realize that Amir Khan was just such a sharp businessman, man. Khan always knew that we crave the Khan and Brook fight. I don't care when they have it, where they have it. We're going to watch it because it's just been built up for so long. This is his Pacquiao. This is the UK version, going to be the UK version of Mayweather Pacquiao, ladies and gentlemen, when it's all said and done. And Amir Khan still has that on the back burner. He has that carrot right in front of Kell Brook, man. Kell Brook would love to fight Khan. We all know that. But Khan ain't accepting that fight because he knows at the end of the day, if everything fails, Kell Brook is my insurance policy. Because with another loss or not, we still will watch that fight. And Khan knows it. And then on top of this, Khan says, okay, well, I can't get Manny Pacquiao and I can't get Floyd Mayweather. And I'm pretty sure Al Haymon is in his ear saying he can't get Thurman and Porter and those guys. What does Khan decide to do? He decides to go up and chase boxing's, second, third biggest star in Saul Canelo Alvarez at the 155-pound division, all while negotiating a deal to allow him to remain the #1 contender at 147 pounds? Man, that's brilliant. That's fucking unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess the WBC had to give him that because they couldn't give him a real reason as to why they was not enforcing Mayweather to fight him. You guys remember that ringside conversation that Mayweather and Khan had. And the only legitimate reasons that Floyd said to Khan was, well, you make $300 million in a fight in one night and then we can talk. Well, if Floyd Mayweather wants to make 9 figures again, and he needs a popular opponent to make those figures with, Khan would be the perfect candidate, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. Floyd never gave a legitimate reason. I don't care what none of you say. Khan, whether you like it or not, was the #1 contender. But anyway, still manages to go up to 55. He's fighting for the WBC middleweight championship at a catchweight, which is despicable, but it is what it is. And on top of that, the dude was not even ranked nowhere at middleweight, still struck this deal with Oscar. Still struck this deal with a nemesis of Al Haymon, ladies and gentlemen. Golden Boy and Al Haymon have ongoing legal issues in court, as well as Top Rank and Al Haymon. But that didn't stop Amir Khan from walking over there and making deals with these camps, did it? That is because Al Haymon doesn't have this total control over Amir Khan. And this is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, that I always say that this is the reason I don't think Al Haymon should have as much control over the fighters as he does. Because look at Amir Khan. He was able to move how he wanted to move, and it proved to be prosperous. But the thing about Amir Khan is he knew that he had to get that popularity on his side first so he can have some hand in all negotiations. It was brilliant. I got to get a hats off to his father, Shah Khan, because he protects Amir. He is really Amir's protector. He is not going to allow Al Haymon or any other shark in boxing to devour Amir Khan. Amir Khan is going to come out on top, ladies and gentlemen. I find this commendable. So at the end of the day, man, all I'm trying to say is you guys can call Khan whatever the fuck y'all want, as well as myself. But the one thing you cannot call him is a bad businessman. This dude knows how to conduct business. He's now making $13 million in the Canelo fight. That's more money he would have made with anyone at welterweight outside of Pacquiao and Floyd. He's making $13 million a fight. He has Kell Brook over there yearning for a big fight, and he's being ridiculed right now by the fans for not taking a big fight. So Kell Brook is just making drastic statements. Oh, I'll go and fight Gennady Golovkin. All because Amir Khan wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. So I'll fight Gennady. Let me one-up Amir Khan and go fight Gennady Golovkin, which we all know ain't happening. So, the one thing you got to say at the end of the day, hats off to Amir Khan for making the smart moves he made for himself and his family. You guys can call him anything you want, but he is a good businessman. He's made great moves in boxing. Despite his rocky up and down career, he's always managed to come on top financially, and he's always managed to do things according to how he really wants to do things. And you got to commend him for that shit. So to the next video, it's your main man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Made Man Boxing Forum. I feel like I'm leaving something out. Google Plus, Made Man. I feel like I'm leaving something out. I know there's another business move that I'm leaving out that Amir Khan struck. But the fact of the matter was, man, no other fighter I've seen can fight for titles coming off losses the way Khan did. No other fighter I've seen can have such a rocky start and still walk to championship fights 1 or 2 fights later. No other fighter in boxing today has a video game out, ladies and gentlemen. No other fighter today has a legitimate case to fight Floyd Mayweather other than Amir Khan. No other fighter today is taking the risk that Amir Khan's taking, because no fighter today has the business sense of Amir Khan. To the next video. Peace out.